the world of Bluey, some characters have unfortunately disappeared. We know they exist, but no one knows where they are. Could some of Bluey's friends be gone forever? Jean-Luc. Fans really miss Jean-Luc, the little Labrador who is one of the strongest candidates to become Bluey's future husband and the father of her daughter. Jean-Luc appeared in the episode Camping when the Healer family decided to take a vacation. Jean-Luc is Canadian, meaning he doesn't live in the same country as Bluey, and he doesn't speak English because he lives in a place where French is the official language. But that was never a problem for the two friends. They met, played together, and even planted a tree. At the end of that episode, we see the two of them meeting again as teenagers under the same tree. And something very interesting is that Bluey's official website says Jean-Luc learned to speak English only because of his Australian friend. Besides that, in the episode Bingo, we can see a drawing Bluey made showing her next to her Canadian Labrador friend, meaning they never forgot each other. And just like that, we're about to remind you of some characters who unfortunately disappeared from the show. You know what's starting. It's another awesome Cinewave! Mia and Captain. The next characters who disappeared are two, but no one can talk about them separately. We're talking about Mia and Captain. They showed up in the episode Barky Boats when Bluey and Mackenzie learned about romantic love. That's the only episode where they're close to our favorite characters. And yes, we know they appear in other stories, like in the older kids' cricket game. They're also present in the episode Curry Quest, when Bingo is getting her face painted at the town fair. But they never again appeared as main characters in a story. This means we don't know anything else about Captain and Mia's lives. Did the little dog confess his love to the girl he likes? We don't know, because unfortunately, these characters disappeared. And it's more than time for them to come back, don't you think? Let's hope season 4 shows Mia and Captain together again. Bob. Grandpa Bob, Bandit's father, is also a character who disappeared for a long time in the Bluey universe. Sure, he's not one of the main characters, but it's very strange that he vanished from the beginning of the show until the end of the last season, when his oldest son married Frisky. And the strangest thing of all is that Grandpa Bob was traveling to India, where Grandma Chris said he needed this trip to find himself, meaning Grandpa Bob was confused about something in his life. Was he thinking about separating from Grandma Chris? Or maybe he discovered an illness and had to travel to treat it. At the time, many fans believed he might have passed away. But after he came back, we found out Grandpa Bob took that trip to find himself. And maybe this adventure happened because he was chasing a dream he had when he was younger. Whatever that dream is, we'll find out the truth next season. Bosco. Do you remember Bosco? He never appeared in the show, but Bluey talks about him in the episode Double Babysitter, when Frisky meets her future husband, Uncle Radley. Bosco is Frisky's ex-boyfriend, and their relationship was very serious. We know that because Bluey clearly knew Bosco well, meaning Frisky introduced him to her goddaughter, and everyone knows you don't do that unless you plan to get married and start a family. That's why Bluey finds it strange when Frisky says they broke up. And that makes us think Bosco doesn't live in Brisbane anymore, which is where the show takes place. There are a few clues about that. One, if their relationship was so strong, then they probably lived together. But when they broke up, Bosco must have left. And not just the house they lived in, but the whole city. That's where the second clue begins. Frisky gets really angry at Radley when he tries to take her out of the city. And maybe that anger is because her ex-boyfriend tried to do the same thing. Did Bosco break up with Frisky because he wanted to move to another city and she didn't? Maybe, but what do you think? Would you like to live in Bluey's town? Comment number yes so we can get to know you. Rusty's dad. Rusty's dad is also a character who unfortunately disappeared from the show. He's a soldier working in the military far away from his family. Rusty always talks about him, and everything the Red Kelpie knows about being a soldier, he learned from his father. What's curious is that no one knows exactly what Rusty's father's name is, but it's nice to think he's probably a great dad, since he would have become one of the main characters if Rusty had been chosen as the show's protagonist. A few years ago, fans learned that the creator, Joe Brum, originally planned for Rusty to be the main character, but later changed his mind and chose Bluey instead. Rusty's dad appeared for the first time in the episode Army, when the Red Kelpie was teaching army work to Jack Russell, but the Kelpie father only shows up from behind, so we don't see his face. We only find out what he looks like in the episode Cricket from season 3, when he writes a letter to his son. Will we ever learn more about Rusty's dad? Hercules. Hercules is the little dog that many fans would love to see again, but unfortunately, he also disappeared, and he's a character who exists in only one episode. He appears in the episode Circus when the pups are putting together a little art and dance show show for an audience, meaning Bingo. He's a St. Bernard puppy, which explains why he's so big. Even as a puppy, Hercules is bigger than the other dogs his age. In the circus story, he doesn't behave like a nice pup and forces Winton to do things he doesn't want to do until Bingo scolds him for being a mean friend. The story ends with Hercules learning his lesson and using his strength to lift Mackenzie and spin him in the air. Of course, it was just a game in the end, but it was very funny. Why hasn't Hercules appeared again in the show? Maybe he's older than the others and goes to a different school, or maybe he moved to another city, but everyone would love to see him return to the show, don't you think? Jasper. Do you remember Jasper? He's one of Bingo's schoolmates who, unfortunately, doesn't appear much in the show. And yes, there is a reason for that. Jasper appears in the episode Bob Bilby as one of Bingo's classmates, and the little pup shows a picture of him along with Miss Retriever's class mascot. And you might be wondering, but wait, that one isn't Jasper, because that pup is a Rottweiler, while the real Jasper is a Doberman. This is the confusion fans don't understand, and it may be the reason Jasper doesn't appear in the show anymore. There are two pups who study at Bingo's school and share the same name. They are Jasper G, the Doberman, and Jasper W, the Rottweiler. He also appears in Miss Retriever's class photos in the episode when Dad takes the girls to school. Fans must have gotten confused seeing two pups with the same name and both being Bingo's school friends. In real life, people can share the same name, but in a cartoon, that just doesn't work. That's why the creators of the show decided to choose which Jasper would remain in the cartoon and which one would disappear. Will he ever return to the show? Let's hope so. Snickers' dad. Snickers' dad is a character who never appeared in the show, but we know him from the official Bluey books. He appears in the book BLUEY'S, and the coolest part is that he shows up as a surprise. The book was made by two official animators from the Bluey team, and when they were asked who that dog was, they revealed he was Snickers' dad. But we all know something was missing. It would have been even cooler if he showed up wearing an awesome hat like his son, don't you think? He will probably appear in season 4, so they still have a chance to fix that detail. Subscribing to the channel is just as good as watching your favorite animations. Shall we click? Pom Pom's dad. Another character who also appeared in the same BLUEY'S book was Pom Pom's dad, and he's one of the characters who really should appear in the next season. We say that because Pom Pom is the main pup in the episode Seesaw, where Bandit teaches his daughters the importance of treating smaller kids with kindness. It would be very interesting to see how Pom Pom's dad teaches her how to behave. According to her, Pomeranians are a small but tough breed, and it was probably her dad who told her that. Will the character appear in the next season? Winton's mom. Winton's mom is a missing character that every Bluey fan would love to meet, because everyone knows Cornelius, the father of the little bulldog, but no one knows what happened to his mom. Something very curious is that in the episode Helicopter, Winton asks Bluey for help to take him to his dad's house, and that makes us understand that Winton doesn't live with Cornelius, meaning he lives with his mother. But why has she never appeared? And at the end of season 3, we see that Winton moves in with his dad and the Terrier family. There's definitely a story behind that, right? One Winton used to live with his mom, but later moved in with his dad and the Terriers. If his mom appears someday, we might finally discover what really happened. She must live somewhere in Brisbane because her son used to live with her. Did she meet a new boyfriend? We'll find out in the next season. Alfie. Do you remember Alfie? He's the character who works at the toy store and helped Bandit find the perfect gift for Muffin in the episode The Quiet Game. He seems like a really nice guy, right? Shouldn't Bluey visit the toy store again sometime? Many fans theorize that Alfie would be a great boyfriend for one of Coco's sisters. And honestly, it kind of makes sense. Will Bluey and Bingo ever return to the toy store and discover that Alfie became the store manager? Let's hope season 4 answers that question. Winnie. Another character everyone would love to see again in season 4, but who disappeared, is Winnie, the pup Bluey met in the episode Cafe. Bandit also became friends with Winnie's dad, and everyone knows the two of them kept talking after that episode. Winnie could easily study at the same school as Bluey next season, and we know Calypso would be a wonderful teacher for her. If you're hoping to see more of Winnie, get ready for the next season. But until then, you can stay here with us. If you like this video, there are 2 more ready on the screen. Just click and keep watching with us. Thanks, and see you soon.